Hey, my Taurus babies, this is EJ from Taurota Tarot. I hope you guys are having a good weekend. So, yeah, Mercury retrograde, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to tell you what happened, but anyway, doing the monthlies, going to try and do 12 today. I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know how I'm going to look at the end of the day, but I'm going to try it. Probably get to Gemini and be like, okay, I need a nap now. Anyway, this is the monthly. We're going to do 4 rows of 3. And then I'm going to pull +2 because August starts, I think, on Wednesday or Thursday, the same way July did. So we basically do the same thing. Pull the overall energy and all that crap. You know how we do. One more shuffle on these. So this is going to be the enhanced version. A reminder, I do my cards straight up. Let me get this other deck shuffled up. It's going to be a busy month. It's a serious month. This is not, it's the same energy. It's a serious month. There's some fun in there, but this ain't no fuck with the bull kind of month. I'll just put it out there like that. One more shuffle. Yeah, this ain't no bullshit kind of month. And this is not pull the Taurus by the tail month either. You're liable to turn around and get a horn in your nose. I'm just going to put it out there. All right. So let's start with the big deck first. And I hope I had to turn my table around because it's longer and get all the cards on here. Okay. So overall, rest and rejuvenate and shadow. Come back to those in a hot second. So the first, what the hell? This is you, Taurus. You see all that green right there? Yeah. Yeah, this is a serious month. There's some decisions that need to be made here. But it's not going to be stressful the way this month has been, if that's going to make any kind of sense to anybody. Where did they go? Okay. Let me get that extra card on there for that extra energy. Bottom of the deck here, Wheel of Fortune on top of Rest and Rejuvenate, and the Judgment card on top of the Shadow. 8 of Swords on top of emotional loss. 5 of Cups on top of financial and material changes. Strength card on top of the Patience card. The Princess of Swords on top of the Choose Wisely. 8 of Cups on top of the Spiritual Union. 6 of Coin on top of the Material Harvest. Memories of Love, 3 of Swords. Emotional Withdrawal, Lovers. 4 of Swords, Disruption. Princess of Wands on accelerated motion. The Chariot card on top of mental conflict. Spiritual strength, 8 of Wands. And the Truth gets the Queen of Swords. So this is monthly. And it's, as I feel it, I know y'all like this chick is crazy. I really ain't. Let me say this. I'm anxious, but I'm happy. That's how I feel right now. And I'm content. Now, it's going to take a little bit of getting to this feeling. But that is what this reading is resonating back. Anything worth having is a struggle. Whether it's a person, a job, picking your major for school, anything worth having, it's got struggle. It just does. That's just the fucking nature of being on this planet. Your overall energy, like I said here a few minutes ago, August does not have the get in a Ferrari and do 150 in 60 seconds type feel to it. It does not. That's the way July has felt to me. It's been one thing to run here, come back, and then with Mercury retrograde, I'm not going to even tell you how much gas I wasted doing dumb shit. I'm not. But it was that kind of month, and I did a lot of that. And people don't plan right and whatever, and, you know, want you to help them out, and you end up wasting your time. Anyway, August is a 360 from July in terms of your energy expenditure. You are not going to be running around. Matter of fact, you're going to have more coming to you than you're going to have you trying to go, because people are going to be seeking you out for different things. And a lot of this is lover related. Some of it is friend related, and a lot of it is work related. With your overall energy, like I'm saying, rest and rejuvenate, the universe is kind of throwing us bone, because while we're resting out of the frantic pace we've been in for the past 4 weeks, the Wheel of Fortune is getting ready to get a turn. And that's usually how this shit go. So everything, if we just look at the whole year, if you can stop where you are today, July 28th, and just turn around and look over your shoulder and go all the way back to January 1st, you will see that you've made a lot of changes. You've let a lot of people go. You've let a lot of situations go. And you have changed on some level. Either your thinking, your routine, your habits, you've changed. Somewhere you've changed. The universe has been paying attention. And so for those of us, wherever we are on the change scale, whatever kind of changes we're trying to make or making, the universe is getting ready to say, okay, you sit down, we got the instructions, let us give this to you. So for everything that you let go, the first part of the year, from now to the end of this year, to New Year's Eve, you get to New Year's Eve and you stop and you turn around and look right back at this point, you will see that everything that you let go has been replaced. This is nothing, you don't have to ask for nothing. This is all going to be the energy that you've given the universe about how you want your life to be, who you want in your life, the kinds of situations you want in your life. You get ready to get it served up right to your doorstep. Now, the backside is the overall energy. Before you make any kind of decisions about anything, car, girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, mama, daddy, think about the downside. I'm going to say right now, your overall energy for the month of August, the backside of it is going to be processing the decision making that you're going to have to do, because you're going to have to do it in a couple instances, and you're just going to have to make the damn decision and stick with it. But understand that for every decision that you make, there's a good side and there's shadow. Shadow doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing, but when you're dealing with situations with people, you got to take into consideration what they're bringing to the table and how they handle things and how they look at things. That being said, with the front end of it, the rest to rejuvenate, with the Wheel of Fortune, I don't feel bad. I just don't. I'm anxious and I'm kind of excited, but I don't feel bad. I don't have a sense of foreboding about what is coming to us. There's going to be some emotional loss, and it's going to be because we're too busy looking at the details. Now, you can bypass this energy. This is real talk right here. You can bypass the Eight of Swords on top of the emotional loss. This is what's pretty much going to slide you into next weekend. You can bypass that. You can just, if you are paying attention, and trust me, I'm talking to me more than I'm talking to you. If you are overanalyzing and paying attention to dumbass details, and you are refusing to see the bigger picture because you got these fucking blindfolds on, you're going to suffer a loss, because nobody is going to tolerate you, dear Taurus, overanalyzing, nitpicking, being bitchy, and none of that shit. I suggest for the month of August you put on a happy face and keep it moving, because I feel like a lot of you are looking at certain situations, whether it's relationship, work, your partnerships and alliances, whatever. You're looking at too much of the damn details, and you're almost becoming a nag because you're asking so many just questions that really don't need to be asked. If you're going to accept the situation, whatever it is, you need to go ahead and accept it and bypass the bullshit. If you don't, I'm just throwing it out there, you're going to lose. You're just going to lose. You're going to lose. And not necessarily anybody breaking up with you or you breaking up with anybody else, but you're going to shut down a side of a person, and you're not going to have access to all of them, because they're just going to put a wall up, because they're going to just figure from this point forward, this is really who you are because you keep doing this shit, and there's just going to be a point that you're not going to be able to penetrate with them. It would take time to remove that wall. So I'm just throwing that out there. I know I'm good at doing little shit like that. You know, where are you? How can you do this? Why shit? How can you do that? Why'd you go over there? Yeah. Don't nobody want to hear that. So just be mindful of that. It is resonating more on a personal level than a professional level. But I'm just going to say we need to just remain open-minded and humble and pull back a bit. Just pull back a bit. Get out your head. That's air energy. Get out your head. Just get out your head. With the Five of Cups on the financial and material changes, many of you are going to take a hit. And this is going to be because of circumstances. Oh, wow. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, okay. My rent went up this year. So I just thought about this. Financial and material changes. This will be the first month for me paying a new rent. And it's going to hurt a little bit, Taurus, because if you didn't plan, or if whatever it is just went so far beyond, it's going to sting a bit. It's going to sting a bit. You have a little bit of time to make corrections. It's the Five of Cups right here. You got a little bit of time, and by little I mean like maybe 3 or 4 days to rally up, get together, whatever it is. Some of you forgot that something is coming up and you have not saved or planned for it. Others of you, like myself, have bills that are for whatever reason increasing, and if you didn't plan for it or if you weren't ready for it, it's going to catch you off guard. Some of you are going to feel like you're stuck because, you know, how can I pay $5,000 worth of bills on $1,200 a month? That kind of shit. This is a time, Taurus, to get a little creative and start thinking outside the box. And I'm going to just say, for the rest of the month, don't even get into a thing of where you are over worried or overwhelmed about anything. Don't. Because again, overall energy, Wheel of Fortune is going to kick in. And we're not going to be just left by the side of the road, but we're going to have to open it up. We're going to have to change. Those of you that are going through a transformational process, you're going to have to open your mind. You really are. To have access to everything that can help you, or to the people that can help you. Because right now you may just be thinking, oh, it's about my house insurance, I need to talk to somebody. Not necessarily need to talk to the mortgage people. Maybe you need to go talk to a broker. Or maybe you need to talk to an investment or financial advisor. I'm just saying, it's not going to come into the way you would think it would. You're going to have to do a little digging, and you're going to have to get a little creative when it comes to finances this month. With the Strength card on top of the Patience, is one of them things with everything this month. This ain't no lie right here. Rest and rejuvenate, boo. Because the wheel, there's just some shit just we don't have any control over. So to be a patient person, especially in certain situations, it takes strength. Because while you may want to choke the shit out of somebody, you're not trying to go to jail on your job. I'm just saying. And this is where this is resonating. If you got people on your job that are slow, they can't keep up with the pace, they always stuck on some dumb shit. You done told them 10 times how to fix the doggone thing, and every time it breaks, they calling you that. Don't plot. Don't plot. Just don't do it. This is not the time. I'm going to say there's always a time to lose your mind, especially if somebody is pressing you like that. But this is not the time to just naturally click off on folk. It isn't. It just isn't. So be patient this month, and that's the thing that's kind of running through all of this. Just have some patience. When it comes to love this month, Taurus, some of you are curious. You want to know what's going on with somebody. Well, this is one of them readings you're going to have to eat the fish and leave the bones. Everything in this reading is not for everybody, but I'm pretty sure everything in the reading is for just about everybody. There's a nugget somewhere. But relationships. Some of y'all are curious. You're going to know about someone else, maybe that's not currently in the picture, or you may want to go back on another relationship. Choose wisely. Choose wisely. And that, again, right here, that Judgment and that Shadow. So now, let me just say this. Those of you that are thinking about going back to an ex that you dated forever ago, think about why you broke up with them. If it is not some really innocuous reason, like they moved away, or you know, something else came up and they're doing the service, it's not something that you can't put your finger on, and it's something else. If you broke up because they were a cheater, or if you broke up because they lied, or just the whole attitude about the relationship was unfaithful, however that's resonating, think about that shadow. Think about that damn shadow when you make that decision. Is that, you really want to go back to that? Has that person changed? What has that person been doing in the 5, 6, 2, 3, 10, 12 years since you last saw them? What have they been doing? Were they married? Were they not married? And I'm going to say this. The feeling that resonates about love, and that I'm saying this, I didn't even see that I'm saying this, and this is sitting right on top of the Three of Swords, and the memories of love for those of you who got cheated on in the past. Choose wisely. Choose wisely, because I'm going to say for a lot of you, the person you probably feel like you got big heart for them, but you don't see how the shit is going to work, versus somebody you've known before and they cheated on you or whatever. It's not something that is reasonable, like I said, like they moved away or they got another job. If it's not like that, and it's something, you know, like they cheated or was something emotionally wrong with it, think about it. I'm going to say the person you probably think you couldn't get with is the one you probably should be trying to get with, instead of going backwards. That's how I'll put that energy in words. Maybe some of you are in situationships that have not fully bloomed into a relationship, and it's that same energy I've been talking about all year, the stop, go, back, forth, up, down, in, out energy. That might be the person. That might be the person, versus the one who has the steady job and, you know, did all this and cheated on you. I'm just throwing it out there. It might make sense on paper to say, oh yeah, I'm going to go back to my ex because he's stable. Like, yeah. But versus someone else who maybe is more free-spirited, maybe not as regimented as someone else. Y'all know what I'm saying. Who's working in the gig economy and got like 3 or 4 little jobs. That might be the person. And if that's where your heart is, I'm going to tell you to go with your heart. Again, the choose wisely is right here. If we move forward in the energy. 8 of Cups. Getting ready to get off the rocky and onto some firmer ground. Even if it doesn't look like it. It's all about that spiritual union, baby. And the person, I feel like the person that you pick is going to have that soul connection with you. It's not going to be, it's not going to be a situation where you say, oh, we're really compatible and we both like bowling. No. This is somebody you got a soul connection with that I don't give a damn what they doing. Playing on the monkey bars, around the golf, swimming. Y'all had that connection. You just have it. And for those of you that are doing the heart over head decision, this is it. And this is about getting up off of those 8 of Cups and getting onto some firmer ground. Leaving old shit behind, old ideas, old beliefs, old. Leave it. Yeah, drop it, let it go. And deal with, for those of you that may feel like this is a twin flame situation or a soulmate, however that resonates with you, kind of sit in that for a minute. Sit in that energy. Feel it. And do you want to keep that as you move forward? Some of you are going to get right to that point where you're like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and me and Pookie going to go ahead and get together. I know. He's at wherever doing whatever. And it is at that point when you finally, we go with damn decisions and judgments and shit. When you finally get it in your head, and I feel like a lot of you, overall, you kind of know what direction you're going in, but you have not really put the final stamp of approval on it yet. So in your mind, you're playing the waffle game. And if you know what a waffle, a regular waffle maker at home looks like. You know, you got to rotate it and do all this other crazy shit. That's where you are. You haven't quite put the Taurus the bull hoof print on it just yet. But in the next couple of weeks, you're going to have to make a decision. I don't know, it's a lot of different things it could be, and there are a lot of different stories I'm hearing. A lot of you are, some of you may be trying to make plans to go to school. You need to be in another living situation. You may decide to move in with your partner, or your partner may move in with you. And it's going to be some finances. We're talking about material changes, material harvest, money, and resources. And it's going to be, if this person has not been giving up to this point, they're getting ready to loosen up a little bit. That's what I say about that. Because they're in the same kind of mental space. They know they're moving in this direction. But they're finishing something, completing something, maybe finishing up old business. If it's a divorce, maybe finishing that part. But once that's done, they're going to be 100% in. So here comes that, and it's all going to kind of come together at one time. So, for example, you may hear your partner say, I just got my certified divorce papers in the mail. Boom, done. At that point, it's time to shit or get off the pot. Are you going to commit to this, or are you going to do something else? So, and it's going to happen in such a way, you're not going to have all day to sit around and, roll around in the grass and sniff the daisies and shit. You're going to have to make a fucking decision, and you're going to have to do it, and you're going to have to be open and upfront with your partner when you make that decision. I'm just saying. And again, if this is an ex, if it's an ex that some of you are dealing with, it looks like you're gonna end up confronting this situation more than once this month. So, regret is the word that's popping out off the card to me. Just the regret. You're remembering we had a good thing and the who and the how, but the fucking regret. And this part is not for everybody. This is for those of you that have exes coming back and they all up in your face. Hey, boo boo, how you doing? I ain't say, yeah, that one. Think about it. And if running into getting a phone call from, getting a messenger off a Facebook message, an Instagram message, a Snapchat message triggers all of that emotion at one time, Taurus. Think about in the next week when y'all are talking about getting together, remember that. Because if you were still getting triggered and crying and getting emotional and getting butterflies and shit in your stomach off some shit that happened a few years ago, and then you're thinking about it, think about it. Those things don't go away overnight. With the Lover's card sitting on top of the emotional withdrawal, this is not what you think it is. This is about withdrawing from other people. So the two of y'all can do your thing. I'm just saying. There's whatever you're doing this month, whatever you were doing. For those of you singletons and you don't have anybody or whatever, this is going to be a friend type situation. You're going to have a big moment this month where you and whoever other is, are going to have to sit down and talk about what's going on. Like it or not, love it or leave it. You're going to have to, that conference is going to happen. And it'll be one of them things, you're talking about railroad ties being in the middle of the road, and then all of a sudden, boom, just like that. Speak your truth, Taurus, to your family. And this energy has been kind of playing back and forth. And because the Lover's card is a major card, there are going to be consequences to this. Family. Well, you said we didn't know what he was doing. He didn't have a job. If the person that you're dealing with appears to be a hot mess to your family, let them think and do what they need to think and do. And if you need to pull back, if you need to emotionally pull back from family so you can get your life, you heard me, your life, do what you need to do. Don't get caught up in even those of you dealing with exes, don't get caught up with family and friends with the bullshit about, well, y'all broke up because he cheated on you. No, If you have to emotionally pull it back so you can deal with the two of you without any outside influence or interference, do it. Do it. Do it. Don't hesitate about it. Do it. Sometimes family and friends think they know you and think they know your heart and think they know what you should be doing. They still aren't you. And they can only tell you what they see and tell you really how you feel. You can't explain everything about how you feel to somebody. You just can't. It's just feelings you have. You just don't have be a combination of feelings. How do you explain all of that? But you know, when you see that person, everything in the world stops. Regardless of what your mama said, regardless of what your daddy said, everything in the world stops when that person walks in the room. That's your heart talking. And for some of you, that's your soul talking. Believing in soulmates and twin flames and all of that. So if you need to pull back emotionally from the family, and I know it's family because I'm looking at that 8. And then the 8 is infinity. You really can't get rid of family, but you can pull back from family. You can. And you can still keep things as they are. You just don't discuss the details of your relationship with them, and you leave that part of your life out of it. Now, if they don't like it, that's on them. But don't let what they're saying, even those of you that have friends, don't let what their perception and what they're thinking, what they think they see, make up your mind. You make up your own mind. This is your lover, not theirs. And their sacrifices, that's what this card is really about. There's sacrifices that go along with making the decision to be in love. That means you're cutting yourself off from other people. If you're going to be in a strictly monogamous relationship, you were cutting yourself off from seeing other people. You make that kind of decision. For others of you that are into poly relationships, you know, there's rules there. It ain't just ollie entry on some shit. So there's sacrifices that are made. Every time you get into something, there's a sacrifice there. So sometimes with that sacrifice, you got to pull back on the emotions too. There will be some disruption. This is going to be more about work. I think for a lot of you, it's about that time of the year. We're getting ready to get in the fall. People leaving, coming, going, back and forth. All you got to do is just sit and watch. Again, your overall energy, rest and rejuvenate. While the Wheel of Fortune does its thing. Watch the people come and go. Some of those people, if you've got new people coming into your office, be mindful. Everybody that look friendly, everybody that looks friendly is not friendly. I saw something on Facebook, and I shared it the other day. Be careful what you pick. Salt looks just like sugar. And I was like, damn, you know what? That's the truth. So I'm going to throw that in there. Stay out of it. Stay out of it. Other than, hi, my name is, and go sit your tail down. You ain't got to say nothing else. Don't show them where the kitchen is. Don't show them where the rest of you, sit down. That's not your job. Sit down and stay out of it and rest. And let the Wheel of Fortune do what the Wheel of Fortune don't do. I'm just saying. It's that kind of energy this month. And I think the more we stay out of, and the more we get people out of that emotional withdrawal shit right there, the more that we get out of the way and let the snowball fight start, the better. We don't need to be hit with a snowball. We really don't. So the more resting and rejuvenating you can do this month, the better. As you get towards the end of the month, it's going to be time for some of you to start thinking about traveling. Some of you are going to be traveling with a purpose. You may be getting married. You may be going to a wedding. Others of you may be planning a trip with your partner now that y'all kind of got off the rocky and got onto the solid with the spiritual union, whatnot. Thinking about planning a trip for the first of next year, maybe the holidays. That's where you go towards the end of the month, and that's how you will bring the month of September in. You're going to face some stuff at the end of the month. This is going right back to family. And you're going to have to choose which direction you're going in. And that it is sitting under the emotional withdrawal and the Lover's card is no mistake. And it's going to cause you some fucking mental anguish towards, I'm just saying. You can't cut... When you make a decision about your own life to try to be a better you, or what do they say, a better version of yourself, a lot of times it does mean we have to cut people off. We have to limit people's participation in our shit, because whenever they get in it, the flow just gets fucked up. And if this is someone, the person doing all the fucking up, this is someone that you love, it can cause you some mental heartache and some mental conflict because you love this person. And, you know, this is my sister, or this is my cousin, or this is my best friend I've known since nursery school. And now I got to make a decision. Relationships are not meant to stay the same. And unless you are just stunted in your emotional growth, it wouldn't do anything but change anyway. So look at it from the perspective of your life is expanding on another side, because you're choosing to let someone in, and because of that, there's other things that you have to let go. And like I said, it's going to cause you some mental conflict. Again, the Lovers in the Chariot card. And I'm not picking up any kind of relationship termination. For some of you, this may be the ex that you're choosing to get in the hoorah and go in the other direction. Some of you may be breaking up with people. You may not be in the instance of trying to move your relationship to another. You may be in it. It'll be towards the end of the month. You're going to have to get down with that decision, mental conflict or not, and decide which way you're going in the hoorah, period. It's just that simple. From that point, as you roll into September, a lot of communicating, not probably more in quantity than in speed, actually, with people that you've known from your past that have been an inspiration of some sort. So that's going to resonate with a whole other group of folk in a different way. However that's resonating, it may be an old teacher, maybe somebody from church, a temple, or mosque, maybe somebody from your yoga class that you used to sit with, however it's resonating. And they may be actually asking you to join something or become a part of something. But that's kind of how that's going. For others of you, it may be at work where you may be asked to head up a project with some folks or help wind down end of year things. That kind of energy, it's going to be a lot. There's going to be more than it's going to be fast. So even though this is about fast communication, the energy that's coming back is you're going to have a lot of communication. Now, how fast or how slow it is, with Mercury coming out of retrograde, I'm going to assume by the end of the month it should be a little quick, but it's more about how much and not how fast. So just be open to that, whatever comes of that. And because it's a fire card, that's where passion is, and that's how you ignite people's feelings, and that's how things get started. That's how causes and activists and all that kind of stuff, that's how that stuff gets started, with that fire. But because it's on the spiritual street card, I believe this is someone you've learned from before, or that taught you something somewhere before. and they helped you grow in a way. So they may be coming back now to ask if you want to participate in something or if you'll come speak. For others of you, they may be in planning stages of something and they may seek your input. Be open to that. As you get into the month of September, it's going to be all about the bitch. You got all the fun and games out the damn way. Now you're going to just stand on the truth of all of it. And now you get into that energy towards the end of the month. Anybody trying to step on the bull hoof is going to get checked. So, and this energy is kind of running through the whole month. It doesn't feel like it's just a hit or miss. I think by the end of the month, we will probably be in it fully. And it's going to be about this, this, and this. And it may be also for some of you that are going back to school. You may not like, some of you may not like your main teacher, whoever that is. In college, you're going to have one or two teachers looking like this chick right here. And she's just going to turn you right, but you're still going to stand up on that truth. All right, Taurus, I'm going to pull three of these for guidance from the universe for the month of August for Taurus. Yeah, that's resonating back. You're not going to like her, but if it's a she, it may well be a he for some of you. It may be somebody new at work. Something that you do though, new person. They're just going to be an asshole. But they are very good at what they do. And they are going to, whatever they're doing for you or showing you or teaching you, they're going to set you on the right path. So don't be taken aback by the nasty attitude. For whatever reason, they're acting like that. Again, it's one of them eat the fish, leave the bones type of situations. Just know the person got a good heart if they're teaching you something. And it may be having other kinds of problems. But get what you can from this person because they know a lot. They know a lot. If it's a new person coming into the office and they're helping with something that you're interested in, find out. Do some talking. Okay? Good cards don't lie. So like I said, the first 6 months of the year, and this is what you're rolling into the month with. You pretty much spent time clearing the path, getting rid of people, places, and things, and didn't mean shit wasn't helping you, whatever. So path has been cleared. The universe is acknowledging that, and like I told you at the beginning of this, all that shit's getting ready to get dumped right back in your face. Different people, different things, different situations, but they will be replaced. I know a lot of you, if you're like me, because I had 3 or 4 big situations that I had to just drop. And I can feel that gap in my life, not so much the ignorance that was in those situations, but the time that I was spending and the energy that I was spending. So I'm really thankful that I was able to see what needed to be seen. And in that, I cleared the path. So now the path is wide open. There ain't nothing there. Universe is telling you, you're ready. New, better stuff. Claim your boundaries. And this is going back to the relationship shit. This is my boo. Yes, he or she is messy. They're ass clown at times. They don't use their fucking brain. But that's my mess right there. I love my mess. You are not allowed to call them a mess. It's my boo thing. Y'all have a good day. Claim your boundaries, Taurus. Claim your damn boundaries. Claim them. And tell everybody, or you see you got that little red shield up there, everybody else to have a good day. Because this is you. And at the end of the day, if this is the person that you feel has your back, no matter what, tell everybody else to go get bent. Claim your boundaries. Stand your ground. However that's resonating, do it. Do it. And then the rest and rejuvenate. The universe is just trying to throw it to you as many ways as it possibly can. Rest and rejuvenate. or chill out card. Where's my other one? Rest and rejuvenate. You heard me. This is a good month to go to a concert. A good month to go check out some movies. If there are any movies you haven't seen yet this year. A good time to just sit on Netflix for a couple hours and just peruse through and see what's new. It's that kind of month. As we go day by day into the month, you will see people being replaced, things coming to you. It should be a good month. Stay grounded, Taurus. Don't let anybody blow smoke up your ass. Again, when it comes to your boo thing, you're not trying to hear it. And usually you hear readers say it's a mind over heart decision. This is a heart over head decision. If you following that line, this is the situation that kind of people are going, how did y'all get together? If this is the person that's making you smile and just stop in your tracks, that's what you need right now, Taurus. That's exactly what you need. If this person, if you go in the other direction and do the mind decision, your mind's telling you this person is stable and they have a job and they have a car. Yeah, you're already a Taurus. You're already grounded. And you already know all that shit. And that can get kind of boring. I'm going to throw that out there. And the energy that we're in right now is in no way, shape, or form about boring. It is not. So, take the cue. Rest and rejuvenate. Get your virtual crayons out. Get on the computer. Check out some new clothes. Netflix. Check out the new shows. Taurus, I'm going to leave it there. I love you. I hope you guys have a good week, a good month. I will talk to y'all soon. Bye, y'all.